What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG TCG video. Today, guys, we are going to be going over 3 new cards that are set to release in the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG product World Premiere 2021 in the form of 2 new Dark Magician cards and 1 new Blue Eyes White Dragon support card. I'm very excited as always to get into these OCG TCG videos, and I'm gonna bring to you guys a little bit of nice information about these 3 cards closer to when we do a final discussion of this, because what I'm about to talk about in regards to these 3 cards, in my opinion, is very fascinating. So stay tuned for that, because this is going to be an interesting video. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. So as per usual with these card game videos, what I like to do is I'll go over the monsters first, then the extra deck monsters, and then end it off with the spells and traps. And guess what? We don't have to worry about monsters or the extra deck monsters, as the support that we got in this set are only spells and traps. 2 spells for the Dark Magician support and 1 trap for the Blue Eyes support. So that's actually pretty cool. So the first card we'll go over the Dark Magician stuff first, and that card is Magician Salvation. It is a field spell card with the effect of you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn, and you can only activate the second effect of this card's name once per turn. I kind of read that a little bit weird, my apologies. On the first effect, when this card's activation resolves, you can set 1 Internal Soul directly from your deck. Okay, I believe Eternal Soul, and it's been a while since I've seen that card, so bear with me if I'm wrong on the effect. I believe it gives protection, and also you can search Dark Magic Attack or 1,000 Knives, if I remember correctly, so that's not a bad trap card. So being able to set that from your deck to be able to search that card, not bad. I don't think it's that bad. The only thing is that it's going to set directly from your deck, so your opponent will know that you have that face down in the field. So if they're able to deal with it, then, you know, it's just a waste. But honestly, it's not that bad as a searcher for the trap card, so it's fine. I don't mind that effect. And then the second effect is if you normal or special summon a Dark Magician, or in plurals, or Dark Magician Girl, same with Dark Magician, you can target one of those monsters, special summon from the graveyard 1 Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl whose name is different from the target. So essentially, if you summon Dark Magician Girl, you can bring back a Dark Magician and maybe go into further plays with that, and then vice versa. So honestly, that effect is not that bad either. I mean, it's basically being able to let you keep board presence with a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, and let you be able to access some of your spell cards that require Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. So, in all honesty, and also being able to go into fusion plays by getting the other one out. So, honestly, not that bad of an effect. I think this is a pretty decent field spell for the Dark Magician archetype. I can see like a 1 copy of this card being played, in my opinion, but overall, I mean, it's a decent effect. Being able to search Eternal Soul and give protection, and then being able to recur your Dark Magician or your Dark Magician Girl. Not that bad, honestly, in my opinion. But with that said and done, let's get into actually the final spell card in the final Dark Magician support for this video, and that is the spell card Shatter the Darkness. It is a continuous spell card with the effect of you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is if you normal or special summon a non-token normal monster, you can draw 1 card. Okay, that's not that bad, and it's very easy to get normal monsters on the field, so there you go. And funny enough, you don't have to specifically play this with Dark Magician. It's any normal monster. So like, to kind of reference off some of the newest archetypes, Magic Key can actually use this, since their key card to actually run the deck is actually a normal monster. It can work. Sue Ships can do the same thing as well, and there are a bunch of decks that do require like a normal monster in their deck to kind of start everything. Like, without that normal monster, you can't really do anything. So basically, being able to get a free draw off of that, that's not that bad, and I believe Dark Magician can benefit off of it very well, and even Blue Eyes for that matter as well. So honestly, not that bad of an effect. And then the second one is when one of the following monsters you control declares an attack and battles an opponent's monster, until the end of the turn, the monster gains attack equal to the attack of your opponent's monster. The monsters you can target are a level 5 or higher normal monster, a ritual summon monster that uses a a normal monster, a fusion, synchro, or exceed summon monster that uses a normal monster as material. So I guess in the instance of Dark Magician decks, since most of the time you are going to use Dark Magician into your plays, this is like a cool battle trick card to where you can gain enough attack points to get over your opponent's opposing monster. So that's not that bad. I wish this gave also protection as well, but I guess if you're using Magician Salvation and you set Eternal Soul, you get your protection there, and then you can use this card to then be able to use it again as a battle trick and to be able to get over opposing monsters. So honestly, it's not that bad, and the targets you have to have a level 5 or higher normal monster. Dark Magician, Blue Eyes can fit the bill. And then for the other two ones, it can work in any other decks. The other two decks that I mentioned before, Suships, go into Xyz, and you're going to use that normal monster, like I mentioned earlier, to go into Xyz plays, and the same with Magic Key for whether it's Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or an Xyz. Actually, they can do the whole entire bunch, so you can also play this in a Magic Key deck. So honestly, that's pretty cool. I do like the fact that this isn't just really targeted to Dark Magician, and even Blue Eyes for that matter as well. It can go into other decks, and it can be a nice battle trick for those decks. So, in my opinion, not a bad card. I do like the fact that this card, when you really look at it, can be splashed in other decks. So, I really do like that. And with that, the final card we're going to be going over in this video is the Blue Eyes support card in the form of the trap, the True Light. It is a continuous trap card with the effect of you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, apply one of the following. Special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard, directly set to your field from your deck, one spell and trap that specifically lists the card Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text that has a different name from the card you control and in your graveyard. And then the second effect is Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone cannot be targeted by your opponent's effects. And the third effect, and this face-up card in the spell and trap card zone is sent to the graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. This is basically, and you can even tell from the artwork as well, this is just Eternal Soul, but for Blue Eyes White Dragon. That is literally what this card is. I will say though, in my opinion, I believe it might be a little worse than the Eternal Soul one, but I could be wrong. I might be remembering Eternal Soul wrong, and I might be giving it a little bit too much credit. Again, I haven't seen these cards in a while. I don't play Dark Magician or Blue Eyes decks, so I do apologize if I don't remember the decks very well. It's been such a long time since I've really seen builds of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks, so who knows? Maybe this is as equal as Dark Magician. I guess it just depends on what they can benefit more with it. The only effect that I don't really like on this card is that if this face-up card in the spell and trap card zone is sent to the graveyard, it basically nukes your field. I don't really like that effect at all. I don't like the effect. It's kind of similar to Sanavalons, where I don't like where if they don't have a specific monster on the field, they get nuked, and that's kind of the same case with this. I don't like when cards basically nuke your field if you don't have the required card on the field. It just really is hard, and it just goes to the point where just one removal spell can just mess up your entire day. Someone MSTs the True Light, boom, your field just gets nuked right there and then. So honestly, I think the card is decent. I don't like the fact that it basically nukes your field, but overall, being able to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard is pretty nice to be able to go into more plays, whether it's Ritual or something like Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, or going into your fusion plays or your synchro plays or whatever you want to go into with your Blue Eyes monster. For that matter, it's not that bad, and being able to search Blue Eyes spells and traps honestly isn't that bad either. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent card. Don't like that nuking effect, but you know what? Other than that, it's not really that bad of a card. It's a pretty decent card in my opinion. But with that being said, that is it for all the new Dark Magician and Blue Eyes support that is going to be released in World Premiere Pack 2021. General thoughts, I think the cards are decent. I honestly can't see these cards being played in their respective decks. Probably my favorite one is probably Shatter the Darkness because of the fact that it's more splashable than the other two. The other two are very restrictive to their archetype with, magical or magician salvation, being more towards, dark magician, and then you add the true light, which is more towards blue eyes. Shatter the Darkness, although I think could be for both, definitely with the artwork of Dark Paladin, makes me believe it's supposed to be for Dark Magician. However, I do like the fact that that card can be splashed in other decks, so with that, I would probably say that's my favorite one out of the bunch. But before I do end this video off, I do want to kind of bring up something in regards to these cards. So, as we know, these cards are going to be released in the World Premiere Pack 2021. Now, what's interesting about it is, if you guys don't know what these packs are, essentially these are packs that the OCG gets where they are able to access TCG exclusive only cards and archetypes. An example of an archetype that's going to be in that set is War Rocks. At the time of this recording, War Rocks is a TCG exclusive archetype. However, with these world premiere packs, that gives a chance for TCG exclusive archetypes to go into the OCG, so War Rocks can now be played in the OCG. However, what's very fascinating about this is that these three cards have not been released into the TCG yet. We got this announcement a couple of days ago, and I thought, oh, it's just the World Premiere Packs. I wasn't really going to plan on doing a video on World Premiere Packs because I don't think there's really a point. Yeah, it's cards that maybe I haven't covered yet on this channel, but the thing is that we've already experienced these cards before, we've played these cards already. I feel like it's really not worth going into them. However, what's fascinating about these three cards, like I mentioned earlier, these cards are not in the TCG. Now, a lot of speculation is going towards these cards being in the Megatons. We do know that we're going to be getting a Megaton set that's focused on Blue Eyes and Dark Magicians, so with that in mind, it's more than likely that these cards will come in the Megatons for us, and then the OCG will get them in the World Premiere Packs. But what's so fascinating about it is that they decided to announce these cards in the World Premiere Packs before we even got them announced in the Megatons, if that's where they're going to be, which is more than likely. I don't know what other sets they would be released in. So, honestly, I think that's actually really cool that they kind of did a little bit of a flip-flop on that, where they actually announced it in the OCG first, then actually announcing it in the TCG. You don't really see that happen that much. I know normally the OCG products get announced first, but in terms of the World Premiere Packs, honestly, always we're going to get the announcement first since we get them in other sets. So I really was fascinated by that, and let me know your guys' thoughts on them doing something like that. Do you think they should do that more often, or what is the case with that? Why do you believe that they announced it in the World Premiere Packs first? Because that was probably one of the most fascinating things about it, was that they announced it in this set first before announcing it in the TCG set that it's going to be released in. So just a little bit of a fun fact there to kind of end off this video. But with that being said, that is going to be it for this OCG TCG discussion video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys' thoughts were on this new support for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. Did you think the support was good? Did you think the support was just alright, it was decent support? Or did you not think the support was good at all and you don't see these cards being played in their respective decks? And very curious about this. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on Dark Magician and Blue Eyes getting even more support, because one of the fascinating things that I have seen around the internet is a lot of people have controversy with seeing Dark Magician and Blue Eyes support. I know when the Megatons got announced, a lot of people were disappointed with the Megatons because of the fact that it was more towards Dark Magician and Blue Eyes again, and I'm kind of indifferent from it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Dark Magician, I love Blue Eyes, that's what I grew up with, but the thing is that I will agree it is getting a little old to see Dark Magician and Blue Eyes being the tins all the time and just seeing support from them. Don't get me wrong, I'll always be excited for new support for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, but I will agree that the amount of support that we've gotten them is a little tiring, and I do hope that they just do calm down with the Dark Magician and Blue Eye support going further on, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's just my opinion on it. I want to know your guys' thoughts on just Dark Magician support and Blue Eye support. Do you think they needed to stop supporting it for a while, or do you think they're fine with how the way they've been supporting it? Would love to know your guys' thoughts on that. But with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, take care and have yourselves a great rest of your day.